So guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video is going to be a UA challenge, guys. First of all, I apologize for my voice. I know I sound like I'm talking through a pipe or something. And the thing is, my throat is not that good, and I have been taking medicines for a few days to get better. Anyway, let's get on with the challenge. In this video, we'll be doing these two clean designs. These two designs are pretty much, these two designs are pretty good, guys. They have just used curves effectively in order to give a nice and clean look. And the colors used are just, it's pretty much a minimal design. They have just used a couple of colors, and the fonts used are good as well. So let's get started. We'll do both the screens. Okay. We'll use a hero animation in order to bring this plate over here, and yeah, we'll get started. First we'll do the screen on the left. Okay, so I have blank application scaffolded out here, and in the pubspec.yaml file, as you can see here, I have added the fonts, and I have added the images that I'm going to use as well. Probably I won't be using all these images. Anyway, I've added them, and coming back to our main.dart file, inside this scaffold, let's start writing the code. I've just added these three icon buttons in order to create this top app bar, and here inside the row we need to main axis alignment dot space between, and the same here as well, so that we get this nice spacing between these icons. Let's save this and run this on our mobile device to see how this looks. We could see that the design okay, there is a debug banner show. Wait. All right, now we could see that we have this nice looking screen, right? So the next thing we need to do is we need to bring in this text, and then start worrying about this white colored container which is placed on top of our scaffold. Actually, there is no need to worry about that. Where was it? Let's place the text. Okay, after this padding, the text has been placed, the healthy food text has been placed, so we should now get this exact design. Yeah, we get this exact design on a mobile device as well, right? The next thing we need to do is place this big sized container, and then create a list view inside that container. Let's go ahead and do that now. So getting back in here, container, so we need to height would be You can see here now we have created a nice looking container here. And this is something that we have done extensively covered in our previous UI challenges, guys. That's why I just fast forwarded through these. I mean, I just created like a time lapse throughout this entire coding stuff. We have a nice looking container, and only the top left of that container is curved, and inside that we have a list view. That list view contains 4 elements. So we are building this single element using a build food item function, and that single food item that single element build food item function, we are just using that image, and we are using a couple of text which denotes the name of that particular dish and the price of that particular dish. Along with that, we are having a add button at the end. That's it. That's exactly how it's in the design spec as well, right? We have created this exact design spec here. The next thing we need to do is these 3 buttons. These 3 buttons are again nothing but simple containers, simple inkwells with icons in the middle of them, and one of them is having a text called checkout. So what I'll do is I'll stop the recording here and then resume recording after I have coded these 3 buttons. They're essentially containers, guys. Containers wrapped inside inkwell so that they can have an on tap functionality. There is nothing new to show here. So yeah, I'll skip the recording here and then alright, now I have created a row, and I have simply placed those 3 containers inside that row. Let's save this and see how this looks on the mobile device. Cool, right? We have the icons present here, and text. Oh, we have a small label too. Okay, I didn't add that, right? So okay, in order to add that, you just need to present this as a column, and then the first row of the column add this particular text, and then give it as main axis alignment. You can align it to the right, push the text to the right using a padding or something, and then in the second row of that column place this icon. That's it. Okay, this label is nothing, guys. That's it. That's exactly what I'm trying to say here. So yeah, let's move on to this particular screen. We have an entire screen to create, right? So we have done this, and we'll move on to this screen. In this screen, where do we begin? We'll just finish this app bar first, and then we'll probably need to use a lot of stacks, guys. Yeah, we'll probably need to use a lot of stacks, and we'll also transfer the data, this image data and these 2 price and this food title we'll transfer from this page to this page as well. Okay, so let's get back to the code, and then inside the on tab, save this, and then now if we tap on this particular image, it should take us to a blank image, since we have nothing here, a blank screen, since we have nothing here on the scaffold, right? We are just returning a container. So now that we have a navigation system in place, let's move on and design the screen. Let's have a look at the screen first. It's of a different color, and it has a large image of this particular bowl here. We'll do the app bar first. We'll give the scaffold a color and then do the app bar. Here and we have given the background color for the scaffold as well. Let's save this, see how this looks on the device. So we need to make it look like this, right? Just tapping. Oh wow, okay, so we have this nice scaffold, and we have this nice looking app bar as well. Next thing we need to do is use tags and then place this container first on the scaffold, and then on that you need to place the image in such a way that half of the image protrudes out of the limit of this particular container box, and then you need to have a title, price and all that. Let's go ahead and do that. Have this nice looking image placed in a position widget, which will be displayed in the screen just like it's here. So let's just try tapping on one of these list items to see how this hero animation works as well. Cool, right? Wow. And the animation looks really good, right? The hero animation. Okay, so now that we have this screen half built, let's go ahead and try to finish this off as well. First, what I'll do is I'll create these three things. Okay, this is nothing but a text. This is a row which contains a text, and a small container which contains a couple of containers and a text. That's it, right? So what I'll do is I'll pause the recording here and then finish off this part. This part alone I'll finish off, and then we'll talk about this. This probably looks like we need to use an animated container or something, since we need this will probably change. This color would be applied here, and the text would change to white, and this text would change to black, and the weight would change to gray. That is, the selection should be moved, and the color of this particular item should be changed along with the text color, so that it denotes the particular card has been selected, right? So yeah, we'll probably use an animated container for that to give a cool effect. So first what I'll do is I'll finish off these three, and then I'll start with this. Okay, alright, now I have added those 3 lines of text. As you can see here, we have the food price, and we have the food name. This is nothing but another, I'm using another positioned widget this is what I'm doing here, guys, just to give you an idea. This text, this is the food name, right? The food name, and in the next row I am just adding a food price, and wait, I'll show you food price, and the next thing will be a small divider like thing. So I have just used a width of 1.0 and colors dot gray to give in this small line. And the third thing is a container. I have a container of specific width and height so that it looks rectangular, and it has rounded edges as well. So what I'm doing is I'm using a border radius dot circular of 17, and the color of that exact thing I'm just giving it here. And inside that container I have a row inside which I have 3 elements. These two are 2 buttons for plus and minus, and this is nothing but a text. The text I have just hard coded for now, but in a real app this will probably work as you tap on these buttons. Let's save this and see how this looks on the device. Wow, this looks really cool, right? Just like we have it here, right? Really large amount of code. Anyway, we had to write these, not only write this list view, but also we need to write the stuff inside this list view, right? That's why it took a lot of time. But as you can see here, we have successfully accomplished that. And not only that, this list view will also have a feature using which you can select particular cards. This horizontally scrollable cards, you can select them. So let's just save this so that I can show you guys how this looks before I start talking about it. Cool, right? Now that we have synced that, we have saved that, it shows up on this particular screen. Let's just try tapping on avocado bowl from here. The animation was stunning. And if I, as you can see here, I am able to select these cards, right? Cool, right? Now we have this particular design done as well. So yeah guys, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys today in this video. Now we have created these two screens. One is this nice list item screen, and the other one is this nice details page screen. So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys today. Hit the like button if you really like this video, guys. Leave a comment if you want to ask some doubts on this, or if you want to ask doubts on anything else. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel, guys. It's free, and then click on the bell notifications icon so that you receive updates whenever I post a new video. So yeah, subscribe, guys. It's free, and hit the thumbs up button as well. And a long course on I mean, not exactly a course, a long video on building a complete application using Flutter and Firebase from scratch is going to be is coming up. I have made like half of that video, guys. I made like about 1 hour of content. That's about it, and I have edited that as well. It's just I mean, I have just written a part of that application, so I'll finish it off and then upload that video as well. So subscribe and stay tuned, and hit the like button on this particular video, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.